Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena we are revisiting the same deck that I played yesterday on this channel, this Ojer Ping deck. I don't usually play the same deck 2 days in a row on this channel, but something was bothering me yesterday. You know, I found this deck off of Untapped, and a user by the name of Spidey shows that it has a 65% win rate based on 130 games, and 130 games is not an insignificant sample size. You can actually use that kind of sample size to get pretty accurate point estimates. And even if you want to say that, you know, if 65% is too high, maybe you bring it down to a more conservative estimate of around 55%, that is still significantly better than the 40% that I posted based on 20 games. So I was curious to find out, what if I took this deck and we go back to our usual format today where I just play games in sequence, but now I've got those 20 games under my belt, and I'm curious to find out, now that I've got those games under my belt, if I take it into the arena, can I actually post a more impressive win rate and start actually ranking up with this deck? Because it definitely has the ability to rank up. Clearly, I just don't have the experience with it, but now I've got the experience because I played yesterday. So that's what we're going to be finding out today. Does the experience actually make me better? And for anyone who didn't watch yesterday's video, this whole deck revolves around Ojer. This is a very powerful card. It's got the ability that when a red source you control would deal non-combat damage, it deals damage equal to Ojer's power instead. So you can ping your opponent for 4 instead of 1. And we have lots of ways to ping our opponent with Hide Claw, pings when you attack. We have the Needlehead, which pings when opponent draws a card, and Impact Tremors pings when a creature enters the battlefield that you control. And then we also have the black side of this deck, that's the red side. We have the Vinelasher. One thing I want to test today is I want to not play the Vinelasher on turn 1 and try get it for the offspring cost to get more value out of it. And the Vinelasher combos really well with the Fabled Passage because that gives you double triggers. So if you can offspring the Vinelasher and also Fabled Passage, that's 4 damage, which is quite significant. And then the Vinelasher is a very good in this deck because it combos with the Hide Claw, because the Hide Claw says that whenever you attack with 1 or more lizards, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. So if you attack with the Vinelasher while you have the Hide Claw down, even though the Hide Claw is not attacking, it still deals the damage, and so you get the benefit of Ojer. And then we also have Removal and Shoot the Sheriff and Strategic Betrayal. And then we have the other sort of way of killing our opponent package, which comes from the combo of the Unstoppable Slasher and the Bloodletter of Aclazotz that doubles the amount of life loss the opponent incurs on your turn. And then there's also the 1-turn kill with the Rush of Dread and the Aclazotz. So this deck has a lot of ways to sort of bombard your opponent and just sort of kill them very quickly out of nowhere. Now I have made some changes to the deck. Specifically, I've tweaked the mana base just a little bit because I found it a bit clunky. I've removed the Jagged Barrens and the Restless Vents, and instead I've gone for 4 Fabled Passage because it's so good with the Vinelasher. And I've also gone for 3 of the Raucous Theater. I really like Surveil lands because sometimes you get a 2-land hand and you don't know if you should keep it, but if one of them is a Surveil land, you get another chance to dig. And also this land counts as both a swamp and a mountain, so it hits well with the Verge because this thing only comes online for the full value when you have a mountain or a swamp. And then to sort of try and stabilize the mana base, because I feel like you just need more red in this deck, because in the early game you really want to hit your Needlehead on turn 2 and your Hide Claw on turn 1. So I've actually gone for 7 mountains and 4 swamps. But remember, it's almost like we have 8 black sources in the beginning, because the Verge, until it comes online, only gives you black mana. So you basically have like 8 black mana in the early game and 7, red mana. So I wanted to just test this kind of adjusted mana base and see if it actually can improve the deck and just make it a bit smoother to hit our early drops. Of course, we also need black mana in the later game for Aclazotz, but I feel like just prioritizing the early game is very important. So that is what we're going to be doing today, and I hope you enjoy it. And as always, I may be the Nostalgic Necro, but I'm putting my nostalgia aside because I want to find out if I can get anywhere close to Spidey's 65% win rate now that I've got 20 games under my belt and some experience with the Ojer deck. So that's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be finding that out in the arena today. Okay. Let's see if this version is a little bit more mana efficient. We go first. It's a keepable hand. I do like the turn 1 Surveil, dig for stuff. It's pretty good. Okay, black. Hide Claw. So what do we do here? Do we just get our game plan going? Do we hold? Let's actually try this. I've been wanting to try the Holding back the Hide Claw a bit. Let's just do this. Maybe shoot the Sheriff, whatever they play. Opponent attacks is willing to tap out. I'm pretty happy with that. Another Hide Claw. It is an outlaw, I just realized. Oh boy, that isn't good. I just realized it's an outlaw. That's why I was like, why is my shoot the Sheriff not triggering? Okay. We have to Nemesis here now. They can't burn this card very easily, which is why I prefer it over the Slasher, because they can just take out the Slasher. Nemesis is a bit trickier. They have to... They just do it anyways. We just take out one of these claws, right? So we can either Slasher here, but if they have removal, we're pretty sad. Or we just Strategic Betrayal. I think it's okay to Betrayal them. They've got 4 cards in hand. Shoot the Sheriff, whatever creature they play. Shoot the Sheriff, whatever creature they play. Okay, this is thankfully not a outlaw. Opponent manifests dread. Shock. Okay, that is fine. Screaming Nemesis, but I think now we can get down the Slasher. We just play this. I still want to try hold on to this value. Half the cards in their hand rounded up. Okay, they have to deal with Slasher, so that's good. They deal with it again. Wow. They're really scared of this Slasher. Nemesis, Claw. Could have also just discarded the last card in their hand, but I think it's better to do this. Race them down from here. And hope it's not that big dragon. Witchtalker Frenzy, nice. Okay, okay, this is what I was waiting for. Offspring the Vinelasher. Play a land, ping for 2. So maybe, I think that is something that I need to learn. I need to learn to hold this Vinelasher back a bit. My instinct is always to play it as the first thing to come down to start applying pressure on the opponent. Maybe it's more of like a finisher in certain situations. Okay, now opponent starts going for face. Okay, I think we just halved their life now, right? They don't have any cards in hand. Oh, we only have 5 mana anyways? Okay. Yeah, I think we're just racing them from here on out, so... This way we just get them on a, 1 turn clock here. Oof, okay. First win. Feels good. Ah, slowly going back up that diamond. I was so close to Mythic, guys. I just couldn't do it. Dropped all the way down. It's life. Alright, first game starts with a win. How cool is that? Let's see if opponent bursts our bubble here immediately. We go first again. Gods of Magic are with us, my friends. Okay, we start with this, and the next thing we can do something. Otherwise, we have nothing to do. Like you, but I need land. I do like you, but I do need land, unfortunately. White. Okay, that's why I like this, because it's swamp and mountains. That's really good, but we'll prioritize this and the Impact Tremors. We do have the Bloodletter Slasher combo in hand. What do you go for here? I feel like... Do you assume they have the counter, the 2-mana counter, what's it called? No More Lies, or do you assume they don't? I'm just going to assume they don't. I feel like the best chance to resolve it is now, because they would have to have a 2-mana counter, and they often don't have that, so... It's kind of like why I went for it there. Next turn, the chance that they have a counter goes up significantly because they have that extra mana, so they're more likely to have 3 steps ahead. It's always a gamble. Okay. Now they're going to have the counter, right? Maybe you... Oh, I should have... Did I play land when I didn't have to? Damn. But maybe you Vinelasher, force that counter out their hand. I think this is good. Should have played the land though, unfortunately. I could have pinged them for 2 there if they don't counter this. But they're probably going to counter it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So I think that's good. Kind of get that counter out their hand. Maybe next turn... Ooh, opponent stocks up here. It's really good for us. I think we go for the slasher play, hide the Nemesis. Use the Nemesis as a follow-up if they sweep the board. Yeah, I think our best shot here is to get down Nemesis. And then... Ooh, another slasher is actually pretty good. Okay, so this is our chance. I mean, if we can get this down, we can halve their life. So that's significant compared to Nemesis that only hits them for 3. They don't have burn spells, so anything that they do doesn't really help us with the Nemesis ability. Authority of Consoles. Oh boy, do we just go for this? Got 2 hits at it? I think we just go for it. Okay, they have the... maybe I should have held back a little bit into the Floodmaw. I think the opponent... maybe I should have actually attacked first. Not sure. Okay, I need to think about that. Opponent stocks up again. I think we will go for the Nemesis to apply pressure. Another authority. Oh, it doesn't actually apply pressure because it comes in tapped. Kind of useless, actually. We might as well start with an attack now because everything just comes in tapped. It's the right play here. But I assume opponent's got the sweeper here. This is a hard card for them to deal with. It does come back. And they do know about it, so maybe we just prioritize that. I don't think we play the Vinelasher. This is more than enough pressure to get them to react, I feel, if they have the sweeper. Ultima, okay. Bloodletter, so we can go for this again. I think that's what we're doing here. If they don't have No More Lies. Life. Hit. Lay down this Vinelash. I don't think that's useful. Okay. Let's go for this. We do have the Rush of Dread here, so maybe it's possible. If they go for the Slasher and not the Bloodletter, maybe they decide to target Slasher because they want to relieve pressure this turn. The next turn you Rush of Dread, but we do need an extra land. Man, we've been stuck on 4 land a long time in this game, I feel. They counter that. So we did get to halve their life, which is pretty cool. Next turn we can... Third Authority. Ultima. Oh, they're struggling a little bit, huh? Okay. Why did the Slasher not come back? Ultima just destroys, or is it exile? Ultima destroy. Did the Slasher have a counter on it? From what? I need to watch that again. Okay, I missed something there for sure. Okay. I think we're just going for this, right? Okay. One has 2 cards. Do we go for Vinelasher just to apply some pressure on them? Don't think it's gonna help. I think it all depends on whether they have an answer here. Authority. River Charm Monument. What's that last card? Woof. Go for the attack first, see what opponent does here. Do we just go for it? Just go for it. Hope they don't have a counter. Does opponent have a counter? Oh boy, my heart's like beating in my chest. Oh, they don't have a counter. Whew. Tell you what, man. You know, in your head, the Bloodletter Rush of Dread combo just kind of happens. You know, you're like, oh, turn 4 Bloodletter, turn 4, turn 5 Rush of Dread. But in real life, it never happens that way. It's always like complicated, and somehow you manage to get it done. You know. Okay, man, starting good here, Maybe it's the lands that I changed. I don't know, just saying, maybe it is. Maybe I'm learning this deck a little bit better. Opponent goes first. We keep this. I mean, the Vinelasher pressure is insane if we can just get it done. We just need a bit of time for that, right? I think we start with a Vinelasher. I don't think we can afford to hold back too long. We're gonna have to try and build these up while pinging the opponent. First Lightning. Okay, I thought another Surveil land. No thanks. This is dragons. Okay. Still think I know I want to hold my Vinelashes. It's kind of the challenge I've got, but I don't think we can do nothing. We do need to apply some pressure here. 2/2. I think we now we can go for the offspring here, and then each one of these is double. So each one of these is like 6 damage from next turn. That's pretty good, right? What does this do? Oh, I didn't even read this card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that's insane. Oh my word. We cannot cast any more spells in this game. No blocks. I think we're just trying to win with Vinelasher here. I think it's going to be enough, but this pings him for a lot. Do have to get this down though, even though it's going to mean we take more damage. I guess we do this now to get red, so we don't have to take more damage. Red. Get this down. Thing gets bigger, but we ping them for 1, and we can use it as a blocker potentially. Oof, can we win? We only have 6. We have 9 damage. Oh, we have 9 damage because it's this. If they tap out, we have 9 damage. 3 with the attack and then 2/2. They don't know about this Fabled Passage. Another Hellkite. Oh, they take out one of the guys? No. So they just see here 11. 4, 8, 11. So we just don't block. Down to 1. Attack. Fabled Passage. Oh no, it's just short. Oh no. Oh, but then they take 1 from drawing a card. Oh, unless they have burn. Unless they can ping us before drawing a card that we win. Hello? Do you have the thing? Do you have the burn? They make it a 3/3, they take damage, and we win! Oh man, this deck, I tell you, man, there's something to it. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting lucky today, but it's feeling very, very smooth today. Okay, well, what can I say? I don't know, man. Maybe I've just figured out this deck. Maybe I'm getting lucky. I'm not really sure what's going on. The arena is a funny place. Opponent goes first. I don't love this hand, but I think we can keep it. It's got removal. Yeah, I think you keep this hand. Black, Duress. You can take a removal spell with the Impact Tremors. I wonder what they'll take here. I wonder if this deck has a favorable matchup against black. It might do. They take the Impact Tremors. I wonder if that's just because they don't actually know that card very well and they're like, ugh. I think we say no to a creature. Sometimes, like with Duress, you just take the card you don't really know because you're like, well, maybe that's part of some combo I'm not really aware of. So that's what happens to me at least. Okay. We might as well Fabled Passage here, right? Then the deck. Got nothing else to do anyways if we're playing this creature. Okay, it's fine. So we're getting black, right? Because we want to be able to hit the Aclazotz potentially, and we currently don't have enough black mana. We have enough red. You just need 2 red in this deck. Okay, get down the starting town. Slasher. Let's hope opponent doesn't have Strategic Betrayal, because we kind of run out of value after this point. We don't have much to do other than hope to draw something. Opponent has Slasher of their own, and we have the Strategic Betrayal in hand. I just feel like today is one of those days where I'm just getting a bit lucky. It just feels like I have all the answers in hand, you know? Obviously, we have not won this game yet, but I mean, that's just the perfect card in the perfect situation. So, I'm getting a bit flooded though. 6 land is a bit much. Opponent has another Slasher. Oh man, well, I'm getting lucky with that, but not with... Oh, and Slasher's an outlaw? Why is it an outlaw? Because it's an assassin? Do we attack here? We attack and they don't block. Can we win this race? I think we don't attack. I'm a bit too nervous to attack there. If they have... Yeah, I don't know. They have the charm. Oof. Well, if we lose this game, we have been pretty unlucky in terms of drawing land. Can't seem to find like the Ojer and stuff like that. It does feel like our luck has finally run out here. 6/6 demon has to die. Come on, a land. I think we have to attack now, pressurize them. Maybe they won't be able to create a demon or something. Okay, they decide to take the trade. They They have this Acolyte, and then they have this thing. Another land? Come on. Okay, I think in this game we just got really mana screwed. Vinelasher. It's not gonna be good enough, right? I think we're just dead here, right? We got really mana screwed. Mana flooded, I mean. Okay. I could have also just powered up the Soulstone. I don't think there's anything that saves us in this situation. Demon Wall. Even a beautiful Ojer wouldn't save us. Oh, they've got the Demon Wall, yeah. Okay, well. Offspring this. We'll just do it, whatever. Ah, you see! Lizards! Ping you. Good game, opponent. I think in another day we had a pretty favorable matchup there. We didn't just get so flooded. Couldn't find like the cards that matter like Ojer and stuff like that. Okay, last game. Took the first loss there. Hurts. But we will be back. Do you keep this hand? I've learned that you just don't keep this hand because then you just lose because you don't draw your black source and then you have no one to blame but yourself really. Just mull and try to get the lands you need to actually do things impactful. Honestly, I think in best of one, mulling is one of the most important aspects of it. That's something that I've sort of learned as I've played a bit more recently the game. It is one of the biggest things you can do to control your outcome, you know, is actually make the right mulling decision. Synth. And it keeps 2 at the top. Oof, boy. Oh, we're not getting this Aclazotz down anytime soon. And they're going to create blockers, so I think we just go for this. Hit for max damage. I don't think the slash is coming through. They will have a blocker next turn, so might as well get them low while we can. United Battlefront. Oh man, this card is so... As soon as you see this card, you're like, ah, it's over. And again, Synth, just want to say, perfect curve. Synth on turn 3. Battlefront on turn 4. Okay. The... yeah, I was going to say the Spring Blade is a huge problem for them. We have to just attack here, no messing about. Get down Fabled Passage, get down Slasher. Still don't have the mana for... Don't have the mana for the Aclazotz. They're repurposing Bay. Probably take out a Perilous. I was going to say Perilous now. I wonder what they go for. Okay, they go for the Screaming Nemesis. Probably the correct play there. I don't think there's anything we can do. Even if we can't really get through these guys. Where is my Ojer though? I mean, not that it would have saved me this game, but honestly, I'm like, where is this card? We do have 4 of them, I just never seem to draw it. Okay, well, I think we lose this game, right? We can live one more turn here maybe if the opponent can't get their thing too big, but we double block, we lose all our stuff, so okay, I think we can actually scoop here. I don't think there's any situation where we get out of that. Oh boy, it feels like my luck is running out with this deck. Started really strong, and now I just can't get the rub of the green. Opponent goes first. Hide Claw Impact Tremors. Do we keep this hand? No black. Kind of goes against my rule, right? I just said that mull to make sure you have the lands. Oh, and I don't have black again. Well, there's Ojer. Guess we go for this. It's a bit too far away in the future. Try to win with this Ojer strategy. I'd love to play this Vinelasher. Collector's Vault. Yeah, I'd like to do this, but I think we get this down and then not bring back down Impact Tremors. Does let us create 2 Vinelashes next turn. Strategic Betrayal. This could be Graveyard, so let's actually keep that. Could be Ramp as well, but it could still be Graveyard. I mean, white's usually Ramp though, so it's probably not. Opponent is very slow here. Okay. Guess we go for this. Two 1/1s. Well, 2 1-powered creatures. It's very slow here. No rush to do anything. They're just robbery. So it is control. Seam Rip. Another Seam Rip. Okay. Land. When it goes for black, we get another Ojer. So let's just think here. We either Vinelasher or we Slasher. Vinelasher or Slasher, it even rhymes. Or we Impact Tremors. This puts him under a lot of pressure. Look at this. Okay. It is a problematic card for control sometimes because they do need to waste 2 removal spells in it or have an exile effect. So that's kind of good. Okay, opponents decided to mill us here. We're going to have to kill them very quick. They do have, oh, they got all these treasure tokens, so okay. They get lost. And there's 1 mana left, so I guess we just go for maximum pressure here. Hope that opponent doesn't have a sweeper. We will draw our lands someday. Someday. And I've been wanting to get down these Impact Tremors the whole game, but we're stuck on land. It would be really nice to hit the opponent every time a creature came down. Okay, opponent's struggling to find sweepers. That is something for us. Nothing in our graveyard as well yet. Still can't find land. So try to map up here. Don't need Strategic Betrayal. Do we go for the Impact Tremors? I guess so, because that could be a way that we eventually win with Ojer. We're going to have to win quick, and this is a way that we can actually ping for red. Let's try to get it down. Man, I mean, we're 47 in, we just can't hit this fourth land. Very, very rough situation here. They might have a counter and they're thinking about, oh, there's my land. Gonna have to win quick here. They have Judgment. It's not the worst thing. If we can just hit land, we can actually apply a lot of pressure with Ojer. We do really, really need this land now. It's like enough. We have 45 cards in. Land, land. We don't get land. Come on. Very, very tough situation here. We will play the Needlehead. Hope that it doesn't have an answer immediately for it. Can we please find this land? There's land. We do have it in the deck, you see? Told you. Okay. So now I think we have to win with Ojer. We have to get it down. We have to have, they don't have a way of killing it. Stock up is not great because it means opponent often finds everything they need with that card. You know, your mind really runs wild when opponent has stock up. It's like, oh my word, they've just like searched their whole library for the perfect answer. We're still in with a shout here. We're still in with a shout. They haven't been able to mill us quickly. Okay, they'll take damage here, which is good. There's no more lies. Boy, that suggests to me that they have another one. Why would they bin no more lies? Go for black here in case we need mana for Aclazotz. Screaming Nemesis. Do we go for Screaming Nemesis? I really want my Ojer to live, but we got two. Get this down, we ping them for 8. But they've been no more lies, so they almost certainly have another no more lies. If I didn't have a backup, I don't think I'd do this, but we have a backup, so I'm thinking maybe we just get the counter out their hand this turn, apply massive pressure. Oh boy, this game is very tense. Man, this game is, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but I feel like it's very close. They've only got 2 cards in hand. They get taking damage every time they draw a card, and they love drawing cards. It actually resolves. I'm pretty amazed by that. Shoot the sheriff. So we can transform it back. If red sources you control dealt 4 more non-combat damage this turn. So that's pretty good to know. Opponent takes 1 here. Tell you what, it's no Sheldred, but it pings, it hurts. Ah, another stock up. That is pretty rough. That is pretty rough. I think we're going for... I have to assume that they found a counter here. Can't risk losing this last Ojer. I think we're going for Screaming Nemesis now. Vinelasher, it's actually pretty interesting. We play this as bait. Let's play this as bait. But opponent will be wondering why we're not playing it for the offspring cost. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think opponent will see through this as bait. I think they pretty much almost certainly got counter. Let's get it out their hand. Try to get this Ojer down next turn. Okay. I think we actually just go for Impact Tremors, right? Because that way if Ojer does come down, we can just win next turn because it's going to be so much damage. I completely forgot I had this card in my hand, to be honest. Still don't have a lot of cards in our graveyard, luckily. We've been keeping the opponent very busy. They haven't really been able to get down this monument. Get this monument going. Kind of needed all their mana every turn. Opponent has one black. What are they thinking about here? Okay, so next time we can ping with Vinelasher if we think they have a counter. Seven, so Ojer does kill them if it can just resolve. They hit Singularity. They think that they're safe. But they are not safe because... Oh, actually, we are Ojer, right? Yeah, I was going to say we can actually do Vinelasher, but we can do that later. This is going to kill them anyways, right? Ping, ping. Each one is 4-4, and opponent loses. And that was a really, really good game. Very, very tense. And that was the kind of games I feel like you play in the arena and you like just wait for those games to just really captivate you. And that was definitely one of them. Tin Takahashi, thank you for the game, my friend. Okay, I think we'll do one more game here because that last game was epic and you kind of want to finish off on a high, but you know, let's just do one more, and I'm really enjoying this deck today, so it's all good. Okay, you go first. So this is again, do you play the Vinelasher or do you just hold it? I'm experimenting today with not playing Vinelasher, so I'm going to actually play the Surveil land. Try to get the Vinelasher with the Offspring, and then hit them with the Fabled Passage. It's pretty viable strategy. Okay, we can do this. Impact Tremors. What is this? Okay, red-green. That is interesting artwork. That is a bad card, but I think we just go for Vinelasher. It's put so much pressure on them throughout the whole game. Okay, the starting town. I'm gonna try this. We're kind of like taking off a bit of time to set up, but now every land we play is a double ping. And every creature we play is a single ping. It's pretty problematic. Okay. A block. Rush of Dread. So we need double black for that. Okay, so do we go for Strategic Betrayal? Or do we go for Slasher? Slasher's a good blocker. Just go for Slasher here. Ping. We do have the Rush of Dread to sack half their creatures rounded up. Maybe that's how we stay alive here? Slick Shot. What does this do? So we do this. Try to stay alive. Ah, I actually didn't realize it actually hits him off the Impact Tremors. That's pretty interesting. Another Slick Shot. I think we're going to have to sack half their creatures. Get what? Black here? Black, double damage. The Verge. Don't think there's anything else we can do here. We have to... Half their life gets them to 4, but then we're just dead. So if we halve their life, we're just dead, right? If we had one more mana, we could actually have... one more mana, we could have actually... used the Strategic Betrayal as well. Interesting. I didn't expect that. Why would you not keep your flyer? Does have trample. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe they got pump. I don't think we can afford to attack here. I think we just have to hope that they don't have pump. I think we have to try and kill this. And we got Strategic Betrayal to at least clean up the board. Ojer? Can we do both? We can, right? Because this is... it's 4. Goodbye. Oh man, this will be glorious. Ping. We're on 5, opponents on 6. Oh, baby. Man, this deck has some legs. This deck has some legs. I think I've figured out a couple of things about it. And I was trying to play it, I think, too aggressively. You do have to be a bit slower and sort of stall the game and try to get that Vinelasher down on turn 3. It really creates problems for your opponents. Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside because I wanted to find out if I could post a similarly impressive win rate with this deck, as I know Spidey's got 65% win rate based on 130 games, and today this deck felt a lot better for me. I think the experience does help. I also think I got a little bit lucky. It just felt like one of those days where I was constantly top decking the right card and felt like I had all the answers, but nevertheless it felt a lot better today and I ended up going 5 and 2 with it. I'm still very curious to play more with this deck and find out what its potential is. I really like it. The one thing is that yes, you must hold back this Vinelasher if possible to play it for the Offspring cost. It really puts opponents under pressure, especially against control. They will often use their counter on this. So if you have something more impactful like an Ojer or Bloodletter, you can often use this, get them to counter it, and then next turn you've got the counter out their hand so you can maybe get down your more impactful card. And if it does resolve, it's a huge problem for the opponent because it really starts pinging them and whittling them down. I was also very impressed with the Needlehead today against control. It's almost like they let it through because they're like, well, it's not such a big deal right now. It doesn't, it's only pinging them for 1, but it starts whittling down their life total, and then eventually it gets them in range of the Ojer or something like that. So I really like this card. In terms of the mana base, I'm not 100% sure what the optimal thing to do is here. I'm very comfortable right now with the 4 Fabled Passages. I feel like that is key, and it's so good at getting your land, thinning the deck, and also getting, synergizing with a Vinelasher to maximize damage output. I really like the Raucous Theater. I'm not sure if it's a 4 of or a 3 of, but I'm very comfortable with this. Gives us a Surveil, gives us another way to get swamps and mountains that combo with the Verge to get it online and activated fully. The place where I'm just a little bit stuck right now is with the swamps and the mountains. Man, like in the early game, you really want that red mana, but then unfortunately now this deck is struggling a little bit to get down Aclazotz on turn 4. I don't know what to do. I don't know if maybe there's no way of doing it in the current mana base that we have for Rakdos. Maybe you bring down the mountains to 6 and the swamps to 5. Something like that. It's the only thing I can do is to think of is to play around with the distribution of these things and maybe try find something that's a bit more optimal. But it is a bit of a conundrum because you want that red mana in the early game and then you want the black mana in the late game. There just doesn't seem to be a way of consistently getting that. It almost feels like you have to sacrifice one for the other. But yeah, I really enjoyed this deck, and I can say today I had a real blast with it, and I felt like I knew the lines a lot better, and I want to actually keep experimenting with it. So maybe we'll do a follow-up video. If you have any suggestions on how to make this deck better or how to make the mana base more consistent to both hit the red stuff that you need on the early game as well as the Aclazotz later in the game, please let me know. I'd love to figure out how to do that. But that is for today, and I do hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And if you did, stay tuned and consider subscribing because there's going to be more nostalgic Necro coming soon.